Welcome back to another installment on functions and linear equations. Let's get started. You're told that which of the following equation represents a line that's parallel to the line with an equation of y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5 contains the points negative 2, half. First, understand one thing. If two lines are parallel, then they share the same slope. So in the first line, let's call it line 1, y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5, right? So slope is negative 1/2, right? So m equals negative 1/2, right? So when you go to write the second equation, y equals mx plus c, right? Before you do that, well, actually, let's do something first before we go back. So in the next equation, y equals negative 1/2 x plus c, right? So the second equation also has the same slope, but we have to figure out, right? We have to figure out what is the value of c first, right? Because we don't know that, but we know x and y, negative 2, half, right? Sorry, plus half. So this is x, this is y. So y equals 1/2 minus half times negative 2 plus c. As you could see, I repeatedly use brackets whenever I deal with negative values. So that's essentially 1 plus c 1/2, right? So c equals 1 minus 1/2 minus 1, which is 1 minus 2 over 1, which is 2, which is negative 1/2, right? So our new equation is y equals negative 1/2 x minus 1/2, right? If you multiply by 2 throughout, that means 2y equals negative x minus negative 1. If you bring x to the side, it's 2y plus x equals negative 1. Is there an equation that matches this? 2y plus x equals negative 1, and that is the correct answer. So when two lines are parallel, line 1 is parallel to line 2, then m equals n. That is, the slope of the two lines are equal. Okay? Let's draw a boundary and proceed with the second problem. Which of the following equations represent the line that passes through 7, 6 and is parallel to the x-axis, right? Think about it. If you have a line and it's parallel to the x-axis, right? That means it has to go through either to the top or the bottom, right? If this is the xy axis, either the line must go through the top, which will make it positive, or negative, right? That means x should be equal to 0, right? Because it never touches the x-axis. It only goes through just the y values, right? That means only y equals 6 is the answer, right? Because the negative 6 is not provided here. So it can only go through series of x values in the x-axis, but it only goes through the y function. So y equals x is the correct answer. Which of the following equations represents a line that passes through negative 5, 1 and is parallel to y-axis? Again, go ahead and draw a 4-quadrant figure where this is y-axis, this is x-axis, right? If it's parallel to the y-axis, that means it can only go through this way or this way, just like previously where it went through the y. This time it's parallel to y. That means it has to go through one of the two x-axis, either it's positive or negative, right? Because only negative 5, 1 is provided, this is your x value, right? So the answer is x equals negative 5 is the answer. Because it can only go through negative 5, or if there had been a 5, then it goes through 5 or 1 or negative 1, whatever be it. But it only goes through the x-axis, right? Because only then it can remain parallel to the y-axis. So x equals negative 5 is the correct answer. A line passes through points -1, 2, and 5, b, and is parallel to the graph of the equation 4x minus 2y equals 13. What's the value of b, right? So first, what we need to figure out is you have to figure out what is the slope, right? Because once you figure out slope, you can equate the two slopes. What did I say earlier? If two lines, line 1, okay, and line 2 are parallel, okay, that means slopes are equal, right? So let's figure out the slope for the equation that's already given. Okay? We have 4x minus 2y equals 13. If you add 4x on both sides, it becomes, or negative 4x, sorry, negative 4x plus 13. So divide by -2 on both sides, which would make it 5 equals 2x minus 13 over 2, right? So your slope is m equals 2. So 2 equals, you know, the two ordered pairs are -1 and 2 and 5, b, right? So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So it's b minus 2 over 5 minus of -1, which is b minus 2 over 6. That's equal to 2. So b minus 2 equals 12, b equals plus 14. So the trick here is knowing the slopes are equal. Otherwise, this problem is very straightforward. So let's conclude the video with two problems, one focusing on parallel lines and other focusing on perpendicular lines, right? We know in parallel lines, slopes are equal, right? Slopes are equal, right? So let's take the two ordered pairs. We have 0, 3 and 2, 0. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. And the other ordered pair is -4, b and -1 and -3. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So if you write the slope for this one, slope 1 equals 0 minus 3 over 2 minus 0, which is -3 over 2. Slope for this expression is -3 minus b over -1 minus of -4, which is -3 minus b over 1 plus 4, -1 plus 4, which is -3 minus -b over 3, right? Let's equate the two slopes. So -3 over 2 equals -3 minus b over 3. Just cross multiply, which would be -9 equals -6 minus 2b, right? So if you add +6 on both sides, it's -3 equals -2b. So b equals 3 over 2, which is 1.1. Does that make sense? All right. When two lines are parallel, slope 1 is nothing but negative reciprocal, okay? You have to take into account both the negative and the reciprocal. So let's choose the two ordered pairs. We have two ordered pairs, right? We have 2 over 1, right? Equals 2 over 1 and -4, -3. So x1, y1, x2, y2. So let's solve slope 1, which is -3 minus 1 over -4 minus -2, -4 over -6, right? So the negative cancels out. So it's 2, 2, sorry. So 2, 2, and 2, 3, right? So we have 2 over 3. So because these two lines are perpendicular, slope 2 is negative reciprocal of slope 1. What is negative reciprocal? We have slope 1 is 2 over 3. So slope 2 is -3 over 2. Not only you have to flip the numbers, but you also have to add a negative. If there's already a negative, then it becomes positive. Does that make sense? Now that's equal to the ordered pairs. We have what is it, negative 1 comma 4. Let me draw a boundary here so that these two problems are isolated. So we have negative 1 comma 4 and a comma negative 2, right? So this is x1, y1, x2, y2, right? So that's equal to negative 2 minus negative 4 over a minus of minus 1. This is why I keep saying, please use brackets. So negative 3 over 2 equals negative 6 over a plus 1. Now cross multiply. Negative 3a minus 3 equals negative 12. Negative 3a equals negative 9. So a equals 3. Okay. These are very easy concepts, okay? It may seem difficult or daunting at first sight, but if you actually understand the logic and you see how to do these through my videos, it's probably going to be very easy on the long run, right? So thank you for watching. I'll see you with another video on functions and linear equations. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.